And we can play the video game now. That's right. More video game fun time. Castlevania Symphony of the Night Adventure Randomizer. We are prepping for my marathon run at Comic Palooza. By the time you're watching this, I've probably already done my run, which is pretty awesome. It is going to be... If I have the chance to upload it here, I will on Dragon Blitz Daily. You should subscribe if you're watching on Dragon Blitz Daily, by the way. You could also join the live streams on twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. Like the video, leave a comment, all that stuff helps a ton. But the goal is we're doing a... I was reached out to by the staff over at Direct Relief, and we're going to be doing a charity fundraising event for them. So I'm really excited. I love the people over at Direct Relief and the events that they've put on in the past. They do the Speedrun Coliseums, all sorts of really fun, interesting charity events. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be hanging out with a lot of like speedrunners, a lot of content creators, a lot of just friends in general, which is going to be great. I'll try and get maybe Rom Scout to play the video game. Who knows? That'd be fun. Symphony of the Night splits, please. Wrong ones. Hold on. There we go. My splits will be off by a minute. Because last time I was there, I got Rom Scout to do some reverse boss order shenanigans, which was fun. So. Why is the timer doing this? Hold on. Hold on. There it is. Timer fixed. Jewel Sword? Hell yeah. All right. Jewel Sword with big damage is actually kind of hype, I'm not going to lie. Monster Vial. Alrighty. Again, this is adventure mode, so we're going to be checking a lot of places in the castle, almost exploring the whole game, depending on where we find the relics. Every equipment location has a chance to be a relic, and we're just hoping to find the good ones as quickly as we can. Jewel Sword, hell yeah. This is something I want to start doing, where I check all of my equipment, check the descriptions, check to see what they are, before letting death take them away, so that way if I see them again in the future, I'll know what they are. But we'll see. You have a Jewel Sword emoji set? Interesting. Tell me more. Is that a speedrunning idiot? Yo, me too. How's it going? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Axe Lord Armor. We'll see if that's actually the Axe Lord Armor. And I'll take a Leapstone start. I'm sorry. I'll take a Leapstone start, please. Please and thank you. Big fan of Leapstone. Allows you to jump. Big jumps. Dude, this guy's going crazy style. What the fuck? Holy! That guy had moves I've never seen before.
You steal men's
oh my, Astro Menot. Thank you very much for the 5 months. Heck yeah. Having Leapstone means I can just do this for this check, which is actually really nice. Oops, turn around, please. Onyx. Okay, okay. What up, Mendo? I'm gonna try and get this skip done. There we go. That skip can be a little tricky, but it's definitely worth it. Right now, I know I've been doing a lot of similar, randomizers to prep for this marathon run. But I do have a lot of very fun and interesting stuff cooked up. Coming soon. And I'm excited for it. We're making good progress on the next main channel video. I don't think it'll be out this week. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. But yeah, we've been posting a lot on the main channel, by the way, for everybody who watches on Dragon Blitz Daily. By the time you're watching this, if you haven't kept up with the main channel, there's probably like a handful of videos for you to watch, which is awesome. YouTube.com/DragonBlitz. I'm very much excited to be producing more main channel videos. Damn, that Mystic Pendant looked like the fucking Chaos Ring from Aria of Sorrow. Which is kind of crazy. I know not everybody's been into the Elden Ring stuff, but I've been enjoying it a lot. Mostly just Elden Ring has so much potential for silly challenge runs and stuff like that. I'm working on a video that's less challenge run focused and more just speedrun focused as well, to see if more people are interested in that, maybe. I don't know. What up, Rogue? I know the crossover isn't, like, huge between Symphony of the Night, considering it's a 2D Metroidvania, retro game, versus Elden Ring, which is, like, a modern Souls-like 3D game. So I imagine the crossover isn't large. I think it also doesn't help that Elden Ring is one of those games that had, like, really fucked regional pricing for Brazil in particular. So I know a lot of the Brazilian audience hasn't played the game yet, just straight up. So a lot of them just don't have the same connection or attachment to the game. And that's unfortunate, you know? Oh, that reminds me. Tomorrow, speaking of games, we're giving away a copy of Animal Well tomorrow. Because my stupid dumb ass didn't check my DMs. Masafune, is that good? Legendary Masamune! I mean, I'll take it, even though the stats are bad. I'll take another one. Fuck it. For the fans. Anyways, yeah, the regional pricing really screwed over... just screws over Brazil in a lot of places, which is really unfortunate. What happened with Brazil? I don't know the exact economic mechanisms that cause it, but I do know that because of regional pricing, oftentimes it's like half of your monthly salary needs to go towards video games, right? Not needs to, but like if you want to purchase a video game, you're going to be paying like half of your monthly salary for a new video game, which is crazy. Video games are expensive in general, and they're only getting more expensive. But, like, relatively speaking, that's wild. So I understand why a lot of Brazilian gamers can't really, like, just hop on to the next game without, you know. Rent or video games? I'll take the video games, please. Real gamers be like... It's tough, man. It's tough. Nothing there. We gotta go for this skip, which is gonna be fun. Can you die, please? Just get out of my way. Break the ceiling open. Reset the room. Get this guy into the right spot. First try? All right, not bad, not bad. That's why piracy is extremely common. Honestly, I don't blame you. If they want you to buy the video game, they should price it accordingly. What about the giveaway tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow. I was going to do it today, but I literally forgot to set it up. Animal Well sent me a freaking game code to play the game because I'm like an influencer or whatever, and I fucking forget. Oh yeah, the guy who streams Metroidvanias all the fucking time? Maybe I should check my email to see if they sent me a fucking code for the game. Didn't do that. I bought the game because I'm like, damn, I'm excited to play this game. Turns out the game is really good, by the way. I know not everybody checked out the stream or the video of me playing it. It seems to be not a similar audience that enjoys Symphony of the Night, but also being interested in Animal Well. That's fine. But if you are interested in the game, I'm going to be giving away a copy tomorrow on stream. Because they sent me a code for the game, and my ass bought it anyways, because I'm very smart. Powerful Sword of Flame. I think we changed to this for now, just to have something. Strongest of all armor. It is pretty strong. Discreetly increases. It's a Varda that also makes me tall. Bro, imagine in real life you got platform shoes that also turned you into God. This is the difference between 5'11" and 6 feet. Let me actually just save the game. The art style is so awesome. You know, Animal Well is for a game that was heavily marketed but via a YouTuber, granted one of the most popular general gaming YouTube. Oh, that Mornblade looks so fucking cool. If this Mornblade sucks, I'm gonna cry. Look at this shit. It's ass. R.I.P. R.I.P. It's ass. It's the coolest looking sword of all time, and it fucking sucks. Yeah, it's literally the tier thing. I could make a joke here, but I'd be breaking TOS so hard. Hell yeah. We love breaking TOS around these parts. Can I get my elevator? I didn't press the switch! All right, we're resetting. Wait, I did press the switch! The elevator was just taking forever! Fuck! This might still be faster. It's fine, it's fine. I'm getting trolled in my favorite video game. But yeah, gaming is in a really good spot, especially indie games, dude. Like, why the fuck are all the indie games coming out right now, like, 10 out of 10, fucking goated as hell? There's just, like, really solid indie games that are just fucking going crazy right now. The only downside is that indie games, when it comes to content creation, is a very tricky spot to handle. Like, they try their Bloodthirsty Sword. Damn, bro! This Masamune going crazy on the stats. It's just tricky to get good marketing and good viewership playing an indie game. Some people get lucky and they, like, bink the right audience that cares about the indie game and cares about them as a creator. But I feel like it's 10 times harder to make content around an indie game than it is a more established IP. You know? Please be a library card. No, I wanted the library card. Yeah, there's also just like a less shared experience. It's probably not worth it. You know what I mean? When you're trying to get people on board with an indie game that you care about. You have to hope that whatever indie games you're covering make it viral somehow. I tried to make a Tunic video a couple years ago and it absolutely flopped. It's crazy because Tunic's big as fuck, dude. Maybe we're overestimating how big Tunic is because we're gamers and like gamers are aware of Tunic, right? And maybe the less like casual gaming audience knows about Tunic. But I feel like Tunic was a massive indie game. So it's crazy to think that like, I don't know. And I feel like there's crossover with your audience as well, being like old school RPG fans. Also, people trying to avoid spoilers. True. That's another reason why I think Animal Well is also doing not amazing for smaller creators, because the audiences of those smaller creators are trying to avoid spoilers, so they don't want to watch the videos or the streams. Which makes sense. Like, Animal Well is a video game that if you get spoiled, it ruins a lot of the game for you. Like, I was avoiding spoilers. Obviously, I played it the day it launched, so it was hard to get spoiled. But I've been avoiding spoilers for, like, the true ending or whatever until today. And then I'm like, you know what? Let me just, like, see what's going on with this shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. Fair enough. Because I basically have conceded that I'm probably done with my exploration of that game personally. I think it's really cool that there's so many secrets and stuff like that. But it is what it is, you know? Yeah, like very few indie games get to like Hollow Knight levels of of critical mass where people are talking about it all the time for free. Shit, dog. We gotta go to Outer Wall, I guess. That's probably our next major location. So let's head over there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the gaming market will ever change with indie stuff, where like 1 out of every 1 million indie games turns into like a mainstream success. Meanwhile, all of the other ones that are oftentimes equally as good just end up as like much more relative niche successes. You know what I mean? Like even a game that feels like it was a sensation at the time of release, Balatro, is like a niche that like I don't think can sustain many content creators, if that makes sense. And then the people at the top kind of just like, you know, because that's how indie games, at least from my perspective, I could be wrong. I feel like indie games, what ends up happening is some big creator plays the game, and that creator kind of like top end absorbs most people's understanding or care for that game, such that anybody who's trying to be like, oh, I can make this my niche, this random indie game, they get completely drowned out by the creator that's 100 times their size doing the same thing. I think everyone is still obsessed with Helldivers or whatever. I know it's hit Normie Sphere because one of my coworkers talked about it. That is true. That is one of the plus sides of having normal people to talk to and get perspectives from, is you can ask them their opinions about games or if they have heard about X, Y, and Z. Even amongst gamers, this is how you know Castlevania is in a rough spot, because I can talk to like actual people who play many types of video games, and I'll be like, yeah, so I speedrun Castlevania, and they'll be like, oh, like that old one for the Nintendo? It's like, no, the one for the PlayStation. There was one on the PlayStation? And it's like, okay. Yeah, Symphony of the Night niche, unfortunately. You know, like the genre Metroidvania, it's the reason why Vania is in the fucking title. Oh. I guess that sounds cool. And that's the end of the conversation. You know what I mean? It's tough out there, man. It's tough. Obviously, if you know, pander to the normie sphere, however, you obviously are in a much wider pool of people to compete with for attention. I just think it's rough when you want to be like a niche creator who cares about their niche indie game or whatever, like, and then a larger creator can just kind of come in and cannibalize all of the attention, which is just how it works, obviously. Like, I'm not saying that is like a moral failing of anybody in the situation. It's more so just like, dang. Like, I can spend my entire life working and grinding and trying to be the best Castlevania content creator I can be, and all it takes is fucking PewDiePie to make a fucking SotN video for me to become completely irrelevant. You know what I mean? Everything I've ever done will be like sand lost to time in the flood of information and attention that goes to like a guy mentioning the game for half a second. Have I ever tried to speedrun Super Metroid? I've done Super Metroid speedruns. I was never very good at it, but I've done Super Metroid speedruns, yeah. The game's amazing. Super Metroid is like probably top 10 favorite video games of mine to this day. For sure. It's like top 2 Metroidvanias. I'll say it. None of the Castlevania games outside of SotN come close to Super Metroid's design. Super Metroid is one of the most sleek Metroidvania designs in any video game ever. Very few video games make you feel as the player like as terrified in a fucking NES Super Nintendo game from 1993 before my ass was even born, as well as making you feel so empowered by the end of the game. Like, the story arc that goes into making Samus a more powerful character is like the whole reason Metroidvanias like work, man. Like, it's the blueprint for a reason. It's so fucking good. It's genuinely like, so there's a reason why Metroidvanias to this day struggle to find a good balance, because it's like, damn, we could just do what Super Metroid did, but we don't want to just copy Super Metroid. Because they nearly perfected it on their fucking second try, man. I guess third try technically because it's Metroid 3, but, you know, we don't talk about Metroid 2. Honestly, we don't even talk about Metroid 1. I'll check the shop, yeah. We should. It is what it is, you know?
I'm interested.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm happy that I have the opportunity to play this silly little favorite game of mine, and that people come by, say hello, and we've created like a really chill community around this. That makes me very happy. I was talking to somebody for a project that's coming up that's about SotN, and they were just asking me some questions. And they were asking me, like, what is the most fulfilling, and, like, the reason why I've continued to speedrun SotN for... Yeah, I'll grab this. Get big and strong. I like getting big and strong. The reason why I continue
Farewell for now.
to play SotN years and years and years later... By the way, coin flip time. I don't have anything else to spend my money on, so we spend it on the gamble. I'm spending my hard-earned money so you guys get a gamble. Was Dragonhelm in the shop? Me. It might have been. I don't know, man. I ain't stressing about that right now. TBH. To finish what I was saying, they're asking me why I continue to play this game and like why I got into the game in the first place. And it really all, and just talking about speedruns in general, and it all kept coming back to community. And like the reason why speedrunning as a hobby, in my opinion, is worthwhile is not for, oh boy, I'm going to get so much fame and attention for getting a world record in a game that was released in 1996. It's like, nah, man. Like, even people who get world records in, like, very popular games, like fucking Minecraft speedrun world records. The people who have gotten, many of the people who have gotten Minecraft speedrun world records, like, streamed to, like, 10 people. So it's not about, like, the glory of getting a world record and all of a sudden you get the key to the city and 10 supermodels show up at your house asking to be your girlfriend. It's about having a community of people that love the same thing that you love and that are also self-improvement minded, right? Because speedrunning, as corny as it sounds, is really a hobby that is about self-improvement. Granted, you're using the medium of a video game to practice those skills of self-improvement and self-mastery, but it's still like a positive thing in your life. That at least it can be, in my opinion, right? If you take the same lessons away from speedrunning and then apply those to your real life, you can do all sorts of great things. You know what I mean? Like, I've used many lessons I've learned from speedrunning over the years in my personal and professional life. What up, Lobster? Anyways. Long story short, I just think the community aspect is the reason I continue to really be invested. Obviously, I love the game. But the community aspects are the reason why things have been interesting for me. I think that's another reason why I feel like things have been tough for me personally lately is the community where it is right now. Oh, shit, I forgot to check. I always do this. It's very different than how it was even just like a few years ago Not to say that it's better or worse. It's just different. And a lot of the people that I really have become friends with and like love and care about, just their interest in the game has waned over time. And that's fine. That's normal. You know what I mean? Please be a library card. Thank you. Wait, the librarian shit out a library card? And now it's just sitting underneath his... Okay, interesting. Either way. I also think the current... I don't want to sound... How do I phrase this the way that is like least inflammatory for everybody? I think some of the aspects of the way that the community organizes itself is amazing, but I don't participate in them for a lot of reasons, and that's my own fault. Like the seed of the week, for example, in the Discord is amazing. The fact that we have like a regularly organized community event. The stuff, it's like almost anything that Dinner Dog gets his fingers into, or MT or Eldritch or any of those guys, it's usually amazing for the community as a whole. And I am greatly appreciative that we have stuff like that. But for me, as time has gone on, I've taken a more hands-off approach to the community because I don't have the time and the energy to participate as much as I would like to. And also the things the community participates in are things that are great for them, but for me, I am personally less interested in. You know what I mean? I'm always happy to create a tournament, for example, because that's something that is very interesting to me and my viewers. But outside of that, it's a lot harder to feel 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's a lot harder to feel connected with the community when so many of the things that they're interested in are things I'm not currently interested in. I think that was it. I didn't hear it, but yeah, that was it. Fairy card. Interesting. Either way. Once we kill Crossmon, we'll do the coin flip. Magic missile. Interesting. We don't know what mana prisms look like yet. I don't believe that's a mana prism because we've seen... Yeah, it's a strength potion. Okay. Nice. Quick and easy. Alrighty, chat. Good luck. There was no mana prism in the shop, no. It was tails. Womp womp. 46. Fran with the big money. So close. So close. You guys are keeping track of how often each side hits, right? Where am I? There I am. The last couple have been interesting, to say the least. I'm cooked. So no head? Yeah, no head. Unfortunate. Increases power with gameplay. Poggers. Oh, boy. I have to remember that I have to do this check first. With Leapstone, because it's in logic. Yep. I have fallen down before realizing that I need to do this check, and it's so miserable to try and get back up. We'll save again. Is Mana Prism called so in the preset? No. Mana Prism can be any... Well, yes, actually, wait. Isn't it? No, it's not. I don't remember. Or all potions have their vanilla names, but randomized sprites? Something like that. Your boy is goated with the sauce. That's another thing, man. I'm just like, I'm so good at this fucking game. I'm so good at this game from 1997 for no goddamn reason. Well, the reason is I've been playing the game forever and I've put a lot of hours of dedicated practice into getting better at the game. But it's crazy. I'm so good at this fucking game. And what does this translate to? Translates to a lot of happy experiences for myself. We go caverns now. My kids ordered 250 nuggets again an hour ago. And 1 diet soda. Huh? Oh, you're saying Fran's eating good. I see. That's the joke. Dude, so true, Epic Gamer. The only problem with being faster than light is you can only live in darkness. Sonic the Hedgehog, kid wearing the Sonic the Hedgehog costume was fucking spitting, dude. It's so true. No, your kids actually did that? Oh, that's funny. Sometimes you go so fast that you just can't, you know. Everything's in the rear view, man. The world passes you by as you speed along. You guys are obviously way more intrigued by the 250 nugget order, which is fair. How many kids? Fran? That's the real question. Because if it's like 10 kids, that's like understand. 2? That is the most America-pilled shit I have ever seen. 2 children saying, you know what? Let's order 250 nuggets. 125 nuggets each? There's no shot. That is some America shit, bro. What do you mean? It will be gone by the morning. That's insane. Even in America, I could see someone going, that's a little much. 150 nuggets, that's a little much. You're splitting the diet soda with beer? That's fine. I will say, as somebody who is not very soda-pilled myself, I used to be as a young lad, but I grew out of the soda phase. If I do go for a soda, it 100% is just diet. Because it's like, I don't know, man. The real sugar, aka it's just corn syrup anyways, isn't so much different from aspartame. It's not worth the, like, fucked up amount of, like, insulin and shit that my body has to produce to fucking counteract that shit. It's not worth the calories. The fake sugar just tastes bad. That's fine. I do think also human beings, outside of dietary restrictions for like Thunderbrand, like allergy reasons, I think the human taste can be adjusted. You have to train your taste buds. It can happen. Like if you drink sugary soda nonstop, your tongue will be less sensitive to sugar in general. Whereas if you cut out a lot of the sugars from your diet and then you have sugar again, like for the first time in like months, it's going to taste way too sweet. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm at with like full sugar sodas. It just tastes too sweet. Carbonated water is pretty fun. I'm a fan of carbonated water. Diamond. I think it's good. You know what carbonated water is? It literally is the same idea as like just adding capsaicin to food, where it doesn't give you a flavor, but it gives you a mouth sensation, like spice, that enhances the experience. Because spice doesn't have a flavor. Oh, I'll grab that. Why not? But I do think carbonated water is pretty good. Things that are lightly flavored but unsweetened is also nice. Spices the pain receptors yelling at you? Yeah, but it's good. My pain receptors like it so much, though. They're yelling at me in that good way. Yeah, carbonated water is just a little bit of a dopamine hit. Oh, speaking of a dopamine hit, you guys already know. Run it back. Do not stop gambling. Gamble, you will win. Get it twisted. Gambling will change your life. Oh, fuck off. I will say, unironically, as a buddy of mine who lives in Vegas, part of me always gets concerned because I do know he does tend to have a wee bit of an addictive personality, which is totally fair and totally normal. So I was a little nervous him living in Vegas that he would get, you know, way too into gambling. And to be fair, it's fucking everywhere in Vegas. When I visited, it's crazy, bro. They got slot machines built into the gas pumps. Fucking pay $2 to spin a fucking virtual slot, and if you get 3 6s, you get your fucking gas for free or some shit. It's like wild, bro. Gambling's everywhere. They got gambling in the Denny's. So I was like, hey man, I know you're a big fan of roguelike video games, and obviously you're a big fan of poker. Have you heard of Balatro? And he's like, no, what's that? And I'm like, I'm about to give you the game you're going to spend 200 hours on this week. So he got Balatro, and he was like, yup. This is the greatest game ever made. Yup. Grand Slam these fucking slots. Can I get the double down, big blind, royal flush stack? Not Jewel of Open. I pressed the wrong fucking shit. Demon. Not even randomized. True.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
You've been playing OG Hades? Dude, Hades 2 is out in like early access or whatever, and people are already saying it's like one of the greatest roguelikes ever made. And I'm just like, man, my ass barely even played Hades 1. I'm missing out. Interesting that we find a Vlad relic here. Gamblers ready? I'll keep the demon around for funsies. No, not library card. Jesus, my brain is cooked. Should give it a try. If I had the time, man. Heads! It's heads this time. Hey, you guys were, you know, spot on. Fran wins again? Oh my god. Fran can't lose, bro. It's crazy. We were memeing before that you just bet whatever Fran is betting. It's actually rigged. It's crazy. She can't lose. How does this keep how does she keep getting away with this? Where's my sword? What happened to my crazy good sword? There it is. Red Rust, bloodthirsty. Max luck, 0 vitality build. Honestly, what a good way to live. What a good way to live. Honestly, min-maxing real life, low-key kind of goated. as a strategy. To be fair, isn't that what being like an ascetic monk really is? You're just min-maxing your faith stat. What's the optimal IRL stat dump? I mean, like, luck is pretty good. I think IRL luck might be the most important stat, for sure. I will say, most people think, oh, intelligence. The most important aspect of the human existence is being intelligent. Hell no, brother! Have you talked to people? Many of the most successful people on the planet are dumb as bricks, bro! It's gotta be luck. It's gotta be luck. Simply get born into royalty, a billion-dollar emerald mine company, like, you know, all that shit goes crazy, man. You don't need to be smart. You don't need to be strong. And those are stats that you can just, you know, kind of like slowly level up over the course of your playthrough. But luck is like, it's like a static. You can't, there's probably some things you can do to increase your luck stat, but they are so much more limited than, you know, going to the fucking gym and eating protein. Just have a good spawn point. I mean, that also comes into to factor with the luck stat for sure. I think luck impacts spawn for sure. It's like an aspect of it. Charisma is pretty good. Yeah, charisma is also probably the second best stat. Humans are a social species, so having high charisma goes a long way. You need charisma to rip people off. I feel like that's such a cynical way to view it, man. What do you mean? Couldn't it just be like use charisma to be an influential person? Why is your first instinct, I need to rip people off for money? It's crazy, man. Dex has next to no practical use. Dex is important. It helps you with, you know, a lot of critical checks. Yeah, for tradesfolk, artists, fucking QTEs, bro. Imagine how many real-life QTEs you go through, especially in a car-centric existence. How many times have you had to swerve last second? Like, that's a dex check. It's a perception check and a dex check. 100%. Since the main mode of transportation is driving for most of the world, like, you need a high dex for that, man. Or at least a certain level of dex. Is this gold ring? I really wish that was gold ring. I don't want to use my library card yet. We also need to find stopwatch. Lobster doesn't need to work, only has to dig shallow pit on the ocean floor. True. Let the food come to you. Basically, don't level resistance. I mean, if you want to be a bubble person, sure. But I feel like resistance, you know, you need some base level. For sure. You don't want to just die to the common cold. When the next plague comes, you want to make sure you're at least built to resist it a little bit. But it is what it is. How are we feeling about the seed? 45-ish minutes. No flight still. We have a lot of potential progression, but no flight. It looks like our next progression is probably going to be at Alucard's mail location. So let's just start heading over there and breaking all the candles, hoping we find a stopwatch, I guess. And that'll probably be our flight. It could be mist as our form of flight. There's a lot of options it could be. Thankfully, this sword is quite large, so we can break a lot of candles without going too far out of our way. Do you think there are any ethical billionaires? Getting straight to the real questions today, aren't we, Uncle Bob? All right, all right. Really living up to the uncle moniker, considering you're definitely going for some heat at the Thanksgiving dinner type questions. In this chat room, we probably, considering this is mostly an echo chamber of my own beliefs, my own design, we probably aren't big fans of billionaires in this chat room, I'll be honest. I think most people, myself included, don't have enough background understanding in like ethical frameworks as a whole. Like, I took like an ethics 101 class in college, and that's about it. You know what I mean? So I am by no means prepared to have like true ethical theory discussions about these sorts of things. And you also probably need a certain baseline level of economic understanding as well. So it's a really tough question to just decide. All that in mind, nah, fuck them. Basically, a minute and a half long preamble to say I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but fuck they asses. And my baseline argument for that is like resource extraction from the global south has been a thing since like the beginning of time, and like a lot of that wealth is still unevenly distributed, obviously, and a lot of it came from colonization and slavery, right? Even if you are much more disconnected from those actions now, you could probably trace back your industry or your wealth generated from your industry to some unethical shit. So, I mean, unless you're one of those hyper moral relativists that are like, well, at the time, slavery actually. And then in that case, bruh, I don't think you're winning any arguments. Also, where the fuck is my stopwatch? I need it. I need it. But Taylor Swift? What about Taylor Swift? I don't care. I don't know. You think my straight cis male ass gives a shit about Taylor Swift? It's just not for me. She doesn't speak for me. I'm not the target demo. She's a transphobe? Oh, thank God. Is she? This is the first I'm hearing of this. Have the Swifties been hiding it well? Have they been covering for Mother this entire time? The trans discussion shouldn't be a discussion. What do you mean by this? I'm curious. This feels based, but also maybe perhaps not. I dropped the stopwatch! I'm not paying attention. Either way. I think many people are subsumed by the whatever belief system is ingrained into them without thinking too critically about it. And as soon as you attempt to break people outside of whatever belief systems they currently are holding, they resist violently because they just don't want to think critically about it. I'm firmly of the opinion that, like, I don't know, just like be normal to other people and you'll be fine. This is what happened last time. Why am I breaking candles, bro? I'm stupid. Why no stream until today? What do you mean? Oh, I mean, like, just life. Life's been busy for me personally. I've been doing a lot of off-stream stuff, video editing, working with other creators on stuff. It is what it is. Whoa. I don't know. Transphobia doesn't make sense to me personally because it's like, I don't know. First of all, there's not enough trans people in the world for you to have like a baseline level of like experience personally to feel negative feelings towards them, right? I guarantee it's probably you have been fed this information via some sort of news cycle or figurehead talking mouth figure, and you haven't come to these conclusions yourself via personal experience. Because if you just met trans people in real life, you'll be like, oh, that's like a normal person. That's just a normal person living their life. It's like not hard to just like, you know.
Men's souls and make them your slaves.
So if you're trying to make a statement off of having literally zero experience outside of the experience that's being like indoctrinated into you personally, then I feel like you're just not equipped to have the conversation. You know what I mean? If you don't have enough experience and you feel like I can't make a judgment call because I don't have enough experience, you could at least lie on the idea of like, well, unless I'm a crazy person, there is no harm being done in people existing in their most comfortable state. And that's it. Right? You could just say, well, it's none of my business, and I'll leave them the fuck alone. You could at least be trans neutral. As soon as you're transphobic, it's like, you have a problem, right? Like, if you don't know any better, and this is a conversation I had with someone who I worked with a long time ago, where he came to me, and, like, he had a religious upbringing. He had a more conservative background. And he was like, I just don't, like, I don't want to be, like, offensive or mean, like, but I just don't, I personally just don't get it. And I'm like, well, you just don't need to. Like, you don't need to involve yourself into the affairs of other people's lives if you just don't know any better. The best thing you can do is, you know, just be receptive, be empathetic, just listen to people, believe people when they tell you the experiences they're going through, and you'll be fine. At least in my opinion, it's not that hard. Like, I think also as time goes on and more people become aware of like other people's existences in general via the interconnectivity that is the internet, it's like you're gonna have to reckon that other human beings exist with differing opinions and cultures and understandings and lived experiences. And if you want to rage against everybody else's perspective but your own, you're going to have a bad time. Like, you can only keep your walls up so much for your entire life. You know what I mean? You can only believe you are infallible and always correct for so long before the universe as a whole shuts that shit down from under you. Right? Anybody who claims they know the correct path, the correct way to live with certainty is someone who is an absolute moron. The only thing we can know is that we do know nothing. It's just that simple. Now that we have flight, is it gaming time? Thought up. ba-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da, bum, bum. Which item is that? Wait, which item is that? Huh? Oh, that's the waterfall item, isn't it? Yeah, it's the waterfall item. Okay. I'm gonna save split. Do you believe that they were born that way or they were socially... Who cares? Does it matter? Does having this conversation make a difference to the existence of the people that already, like, live? Right? If anything, both answers to that question become problematic if you give a shit about them. You know what I mean? Because if you say it's a genetic thing, then eugenicists will be like, well, then we can breed it out of people or change the gay gene off or whatever. And those people are fucking weird. And if you say it's socially conditioned, then that gives the fuel to the crazy, like, legislation of, like, well, God forbid trans people exist at all in society. Both are used as fire for the hatred and the bigotry. So for me, I just don't fucking care. People are people. At least for me, when you take that approach, it's not hard, and it makes your life so much easier and happier. Accepting people and believing people for who they are, especially because it does no harm to you whatsoever, unless you have some deep-seated discomfort or bigotry, which unfortunately you're going to have to kind of work through yourself. Take a long, deep think, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, why do I feel this way? I'm against parents forcing their kids to go trans. Pause. So we're just making problems up? We're just making shit up now? We're just making shit up? Oh, you're against the thing that doesn't happen? Okay, cool. Awesome. Again, you're being manipulated by people who are making shit up, brother. Open your eyes. That shit is literally propaganda. I'm sorry, but, like, again, you don't have a lived experience of seeing that happen in real life because it doesn't fucking exist. Like, holy, this is what I'm talking about. If you're getting your opinions and ideas from talking heads and not from lived experience, like, you are being utilized in a culture war that is just not for you, man. It's just not for you. You are being manipulated. Wake up. You can't turn someone gay. This is the exact argument. Again, this whole conversation, many people are going to be very uncomfortable about this because they haven't thought critically about it, and that's fine. Like, if you feel uncomfortable about this, I understand you. We've all been there. It takes time. It takes empathy. And if that's energy you don't have to give to the world right now, that's fine. You kind of just have to leave yourself out of it then, right? If you don't have the time and energy to put towards thinking critically about a subject, you kind of have to just say, I'm out. I'm sorry. I can't engage in this because I haven't taken the time or effort to really look into what's going on or give a damn. You know what I mean? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The real problem is, what should I believe anymore? People. You should believe the people who live the experience in which that is being, you know, vilified. It's really that simple. I think maybe it's easier for me because I've met many a trans people and I have many a trans friends. It's just part of being part of the speedrunning community or just gaming communities in general. Right? Over time, you meet enough of these people and you realize, like, oh, they're just, like, living their lives. And, like, the argument that you can, like, change somebody's feelings about their sexuality or gender via, like, brainwashing, it's like, I don't know. Is that more of, like, an issue you have with yourself? Like, do you think that if you were brainwashed to become gay, all of a sudden you would be gay? Do you think sissy hypno works? Or more so, do you think that, like, if that stuff works on you, maybe it's because you're already there, brother? And that's okay. You probably don't need to refer to black people as blacks. It's, you know, somewhat problematic, but the sentiment's there. Again, it is what it is. I'm striking that from the record. Look, your heart's in the right place. You know, aesthetics of how you present yourself do matter to a certain extent. Like, you don't want to say things that are, you know, not chill. What do I do now? I guess I just do all the flight locations, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, I'm willing to move past this. I'm very passionate about this because I feel like you should personally be enraged by the injustice that exists due to misinformation, bigotry, and hatred. So that's why I personally am very passionate about it. And I also want to go about it in a way of like, I should not be the person to teach anybody about this stuff, right? It shouldn't be me, but while I have the platform to say a thing that I personally believe in, I'm gonna utilize that. You know what I mean? Even if it upsets people, eventually, I think time will vindicate this viewpoint. The viewpoint of like human beings are human beings that are worthy of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness, all that America shit that's actually good. All the American values that are actually good and not just used as a way to sell pickup trucks. Like the reason why America as a country like is a good thing ultimately, or at least espouse ideals that can be perceived as good. It is what it is, man. What do you mean you've been a science teacher for the last 2 videos? True, actually. Well, that wasn't me. That was my friend Dr. Foregone Blitz. I've definitely worn makeup before. For sure. Back in high school, I used to do it pretty often. It's a great way to get familiar with many female friends. Is just ask them like, hey, I want to do some silly makeup thing. And they're like, oh my God, yes, I want to put makeup on your face. And bam, you're hanging out with girls. Easy peasy. I'm being serious. You're messing around. I'm being serious, brother. My ass definitely did that in high school. It was great. I also find it funny that like the pink hair comment is another thing that like people use as a means of like, Lamau, guy has pink hair, must be gay. First of all, assuming that gay is bad. Using it as an insult, Lamau. Like, what are we, 13? We're back in middle school again. Second of all, it's like, you understand how many compliments in conversations I have with women because of my pink hair? You wouldn't even begin to believe how friendly and nice people are when they see that you have nice hair that you take care of and manage. It's like, wow, it's a conversation starter. Makeup is relevant to gender. True. All of your favorite movie stars wear makeup all the fucking time. All of your favorite musicians wear makeup all the fucking time. The yeah, I'm gay shirt may not help, though. Listen, it's funny, though. And also, I don't wear this shirt outside. Well, that's not true. I wore this shirt outside once, and I was in a different country, so. He's just good at Yu-Gi-Oh! That's not even true, bro. I'm like mid at Yu-Gi-Oh! At best. This shirt's a lie. To be fair, that is the joke that I did tell my family when I was wearing the shirt out, my brother and my sister-in-law and shit. Is they were like, dude, like this shirt really? And I was like, well, I'm going to tell everybody that it's a lie. Like, oh, the shirt, I'm just joking. And the joke is that I'm not actually good at Yu-Gi-Oh! For those that don't know, the shirt in full says, yeah, I am gay, and the gay stands for good at Yu-Gi-Oh! The joke being, oh, I'm not actually good at Yu-Gi-Oh. You have to go outside to wear the shirt outside. I go outside pretty regularly, even. I've been going back to the gym regularly, which is nice. My friend is gay and good at Yu-Gi-Oh. True, actually. That is the Venn diagram that is a complete circle. I'm a grass toucher. Well, to be fair, I live in Florida, so I'm not really outside as much as I am in air-conditioned unit. Go outside for 10 seconds. I'm dying of heat exhaustion. Go into my car, which has air conditioning. Go to the gym. Go between my car and the gym, another scorching 10 billion degrees that I must bear. And then go inside where there is more air conditioning. So there's only so much you can do to avoid it. You know what I mean? Don't touch my grass without asking. Damn, 120? I knew we were doing big damage, but this is, like, much better than I thought. I think we've leveled up the Muramasa, unironically, a decent amount during this run. Oops. What does DB drive? Do you want my license plate number and my social security number, too? That'll give you all the info you need to track me down. I drive a Prius. I got one a long time ago. Golf cart? Whoa! I'm white, but I'm not that kind of white. Calm down. I take that personally. Look, we all know those type. Golf cart drivers? Come on now. Look, I'm white and I live in Florida, but like... Come on now. You need a retina scan? Sure, I got you. Japanese K-truck? Dude, K-trucks are cool. You just gotta be careful. With it being on the... driving on the other side of the road. I know they are street legal, but I can imagine getting into some interesting situations getting pulled over with that. Dude, this mushroom looks amazing. Wow. Boners! Finally. It's been an hour. We can finally rise up. Have I been to Europe? Never in my life. Unfortunately. I haven't traveled much. I don't think I've ever left North America, actually, now that I think about it. I've been to Mexico once, and I've been to Canada like 2 or 3 times. Other than that, my ass has stayed in the good old US of A. Chat, how much to eat this mushroom in real life? Me? Free. I'd be microdosing on that shit. You should go to ESA. The thing is I could probably go to ESA. It's expensive. Obviously, travel, accommodations, flight is expensive. But I think ESA in general is a less strict game submission process. So I could probably get a game in. Just due to the fact that less people submit because, like, less people are willing to make the travel out there unless they're already European. I think they also do a good job of trying to get international international talent out to those events. So I could see it working out for me. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted sub. Much appreciated. Congratulations, Jojack. Thank you for the prime. Cheeky Scout, 44 months. Let's go. Let's go. I was telling everybody about your Balatro addiction, by the way. As I myself am also Balatro addicted. Sorry to out you like that. Bro, where the Oh, second castle. I was like, where's the relics? They're in the second castle. One day I'll beat all the decks. One day. Where's the hee thank you notif? It's on bits and direct donations. I believe we have all the random Vlads. Probably. I don't know. I honestly haven't been counting. I've been too busy yapping about life. BGW, I saw on a comment on the bear video, how likely is it 1 hour essay of Smash or Pass? Wait, a 1 hour video essay on Smash or Pass? For what, Elden Ring enemies? Who are we Smash or Passing? Yes? All Elden Ring bosses Smash or Pass? It's a really funny video idea. For sure. Face of Case, thank you for the tier 1. I appreciate it. It's a very funny video idea. I'm just gonna word vomit my initial feelings. I think it would be very funny. I like the idea that my DB over here smashing up some Scarlet Rot. Listen. The body wants what the body wants, and sometimes a little bit of spice in your relationship, you know. Speaking of Scarlet Rot, listen, okay, there's a lot to talk about. I don't think going to your doctor, being like, yeah, it really burns when I pee. It's like, sorry, buddy. The test results came back. You caught the Scarlet Rot. No! She told me she was clean. No! You mean I have rot dick? You have rot dick. I'm so sorry. There is no cure. But I have purifying boluses. Oh, you'll be fine. Take 2 of these and call me in the morning. They got the boluses that cure rot, so I'm going in there, brother. Well, the thing is like, she wouldn't tell me she was clean, but like, she keeps saying, I am Melania Blade of Mikola. And I'm just like, I'm having a great time. I'm barely paying attention at this point. I'm feeling sensations that I've never felt before. I need to stop. You guys are really good at getting me distracted on the most unhinged... That could be Spike Breaker. It wasn't. I could do Flame Cleanse Me, where I cauterize my penis. Listerine? Listerine's an option, actually. Hold on. That's a throwback to a conversation we had like a few weeks ago. We are cooked. We are cooked. My original thought process, I do have the warp. What am I doing? My original thought process was I could lean more into the comedy aspect of my channel more and more. Because, I mean, like, unfortunately, YouTube as a platform wants to put you in a box. So if you mess around with too many format ideas and too many... you can basically think of it as, like, how do you brand your channel? Like, how do you give a one-sentence description of what your channel's about, right? And right now, it's like Castlevania Speedruns is probably like the best way to describe my channel, right? Informational Castlevania speedrunning channel. That does not align with comedy Elden Ring, which unfortunately is like the reason why, in my opinion, the bear video did terribly. Not because the video is bad, but because it does not align with the box that YouTube thinks that I am. So therefore, it's a lot harder to gain traction by not doing the thing that you already are inside of. I think I could do the comedy Elden Ring angle better than most, to be honest. if I wanted to. Can we soul steal, please? However, because it's not the niche that I'm already currently in, it becomes a lot harder. So the same idea is, I think it would be a great idea to do like a tier list smash or pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Video, but I think YouTube would fucking hate it. Do I think this is the worst room in the game? Yes. These two rooms, the inverted clock tower section right here and right here, are the two worst rooms in the game by far. Smash or pass, but it's every Castlevania Dracula. There would be a section on the tier list that's called Literally a Child, and Kid Dracula would go there. Hold on. This video would actually go kind of hard. Hold on, I could... Hold on. Wait a minute. Have I seen Dracula Flow? Oh, I have. I haven't seen all of them. But I'm aware of the Dracula Flow. Kid Dracula is Alucard. Okay. Fair. What about Soma? Soma is literally a child. At least in Aria. So Soma would go under literally a child. Until, I guess, Dawn of Sorrow? And then he's an adult? Soma's 18 in Aria? Wait, I thought Aria and Dawn happened, like, multiple years apart. Not just 1 year apart. Oh. He's 20 in Grimoire? I don't like to think that Grimoire of Souls is canon. Please don't tell me that. That makes me so sad that I have to give a shit about this fucking mobile. That's like Kingdom Hearts level of caring about the canon. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, there's like super relevant plot points that happened in the discontinued iOS game. Bro, that's literally Kingdom Hearts shit. Oh. Man. I don't like this. More like Kingdom Sharts. Got him. So true, bestie. So true. You can just ask me for the lore. Miss Fantastic lore master of all things Castlevania. Wait, are me and Soma the same star sign? Is that how that works? No, because I'm early February. Never mind. Someone was born in August? Never mind. I'm being lied to! Help! I don't know what's real anymore! Also, the library was a fucking dud, bro. Dorothy deserves to turn into Medusa, I'll say it. Dorothy be fucking me, and not the good kind. Maybe I should have been shield dashing this whole time, but I was like, surely we'll find a transformation and some movement eventually. Hour and 18 minutes later. No. Absolutely not. You get nothing and you'll like it. What up, Matthews? Hope all is well. Toto is the shmoo. I like that. I like that. See, the issue, Fran, is I would trust you for all of the lore, but like, Dinner Dog keeps dropping big Symphony of the Night lore that you haven't discussed yet. Hope all is well. I'm chilling. I've been very busy. This week in particular has been crazy. And I want to stream because, like, I have no brain, yet I must stream. What's his name? Oh god, what's the name of the fucking author? Oh, I'm fucking up the reference. No, I have no mouth, but I must scream. Or I can't even. I don't even think that's the correct title. The dystopian future novel where the AI takes over the world and everybody lives in. That is it. I just forget the exact wording. If it's I have no mouth, but I must scream, or I have no mouth, yet I must scream, something like that. The joke being I have no brain, yet I must stream. Essentially, the joke being, because everyone loves when you explain a joke, I'm stupid, and also streaming is my job, so you know. I have no mouth and I must scream. That's what it is. It's the conjunction. I can never remember the correct conjunction there. I have no brain and I must meme. True. 2 out of 10 explanation. I'll get him next time. You got to start off as a 2 out of 10 to build up the experience. And eventually you can get to like 5 out of 10. And honestly, that's good enough for most people. I have no penis and I must pee. Whoa, hold up. That's a 6 out of 10 right there. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Thumbs up. It's got a rhyme though. Pee, scream. It's like a forced rhyme. Eminem could make it work, so I'm allowing it. If Eminem can make it work, then it's fair game as a rhyme, in my opinion. That's my rules. Oh, no peen would also work, yeah. I have no peen. Maybe? I don't know. Either way. So I've never read the novel, by the way. I understand the concept of the story based off of the point-and-click adventure game for PC based off the novel. And I only know about that game because of a video essay, like a 3-hour video essay explaining the game. Read it or listen to it? Yeah, fair enough. It sounds genuinely harrowing as a novel. My understanding of the story is it's very grim. I was enthralled just from the point and click, man. The thing is like 40 pages. Oh, then you know what? I am starting to read more. It's one of the habits I want to start building this year. I already started reading yesterday. Like, I literally started yesterday. Because I want to do nightly reading before going to bed to see if it helps my sleep schedule. I have no mouse, but I must click on the subscribe button. Let's go. Nice one, Matthews. But, like, my understanding of the stories, it's just fucked. It's just, like, nonstop fucked up. It's like one of those stories where, like, it just keeps getting worse. And as somebody who deals with enough existential dread, maybe that might be a tough read for me. It's a very angry story. I mean, I understand where the anger is coming from. The context in which the piece was written is like, you know, we're dealing with technologies that we barely understand as a humanity, and nuclear war was like on top of mind for like most people. It's crazy that an entire generation of people grew up under the constant fear of like, yeah, at any moment the entire world will be completely upended, and all things that we love and care about in this world will just fade to nothingness. And that generation is fucked up in the head. For sure. On God. But they figured it out. They're doing just fine. Gotta be down if you want it all. Version of hold on, I can make this joke work. Version of Mr. Brightside, but it's just him saying "I'm coming" over and over and over again. It's like Chop Suey Wake Up Edition, but it's Mr. Brightside I'm Coming Edition. There's the joke. All right, we've reached our quota for jokes per minute. We can get back to talking about the absolute horror that is that the good ending. Spoilers for the book, by the way. The good ending to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is that you want to die. That's your end goal. Is they're just trying to die. They're like, I want to be released from my hell. I want to experience death instead of this. It's crazy. The good ending is that most of the characters end up dead. And that's like because the alternative is way worse than dying. It's fucked. Mood. So true, bestie. So true. Mood. Literally me. Such relatable. Okay. Nice. You know, it's crazy, man. Crazy book. What's another just like crazy book? That's like, why? This is wild, man. I was reading, dude. This is the reason I stopped reading, by the way. Literally 1984. This is the reason I stopped reading, by the way, is I was in like a book club kind of thing with this very interesting guy. Long story short, he's like, you should read the Brothers Karamazov. Like, you need to experience some like fucking real doomer Russian literature. Bro, the book, I got the like baby English translation that makes things a lot clearer. That book is impossible to parse without like a fucking SparkNotes after explanation. Everybody has 12 different names. Every character is like talking to themselves, sometimes in the first person, sometimes in the third person. Like, keeping which character is doing what straight in your head is like half the book. It's so hard to process. But the story itself is like, it's just a very normal story about just a fucked up family of brothers. And that's not the actual like real story behind it. The real story is like the theming and the archetypes of those brothers and how they portray themselves and how that permeates like just, you know, like life, you know. It's crazy. Crime and Punishment, yeah, another Dostoevsky? However you say his name, another banger. Crime and Punishment's crazy too. That's another one where it's just like, yeah, get fucked, I guess, is the moral of the story. I think at one point we were talking about reading Crime and Punishment, but we started with the Brothers Karamazov instead. Do I have a better weapon for this? Powerful sword of flame! Ha! Damn, that's big damage. Chrysogram? Not actually Chrysogram. Do I have a Alucard shield? Resembles family shield. Of course it resembles the family shield. Okay. Last exit to Brooklyn? Okay, okay. Notes from the Underground is a classic too. True, true, true. As somebody who just didn't read for many years due to a mixture of astigmatism and dyslexia, like reading was physically uncomfortable for such a long time, I'm just forcing myself to get past the discomfort right now. I'm literally just telling myself, get over it, Lamau. And I'm a slow reader because of that, but at the very least, it's still like imparting the knowledge into your brain is still important. And I think the act of reading, oh my Christ, this is miserable, is still important. Audiobooks are a great substitute for sure, but I have a hard time with audiobooks because it's very easy to get in your own head and you like don't pay attention for like a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what the fuck did they just say the last like chapter? And you have to go back and like, you know, re-listen. Where when you're doing that with reading, it's very easy to catch yourself reading without taking in the information. At least for me, I find it easier. This is the worst seat ever. It's pretty bad. It's up there. Don't audiobooks defeat the purpose of reading yourself? I mean, it depends on what you get out of reading, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like, does jacking off defeat the purpose of having sex? I don't think so. They're just different. Similar experiences, but different. Fair. Masterful analogy, sir. Blind people can't read because audiobooks don't count. It's true. See, the thing is you know what that is? That's literally, oh, you beat Elden Ring? Oh, but you use spirit summons, so it doesn't count. Oh, you read a book? Actually, it was the audiobook version, so it doesn't count. It's like, come on, we're gatekeeping books? Like, I know we're fucking nerds here, but like, man, that's rough. That's rough. Braille doesn't exist. True. Actually, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. No, Braille is just the thing from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. It's that made-up language so that way you can find Registeel. It was invented by Pokemon Company to hide Registeel from us. Either way. Any Gen 3 Pokemon enjoyers? I think it's crazy that they put Braille in the video game. Because it's like, you can't use there's no tactile experience of putting your finger up to the screen. It's not like, hey, shout outs to all the lovely blind people playing Pokemon. It's like, what are we doing here? It's horrible and I love it. I think loving Gen 1 because it's a messed up, amazing piece of garbage is quite noteworthy. I think Gen 3 was personally peak, but I also fall into the camp of understanding that whatever Pokemon generation you personally grew up with is probably your favorite. However, I also am somewhat validated in believing that Gen 3 is peak because Gen 3 and Gen 4 were both part of like integral points of my childhood. And I think Gen 4 sucks ass. I think Gen 5 is so much better than Gen 4. But that's just me. Gen 4 is really mid. I really feel that way. I feel like they dropped the ball on Gen 4. Maybe but so many people grew up with it and say that it's amazing. I just don't see it. I will say I have never played Platinum. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe I need to play Platinum to get a better experience of Gen 4. But I played Pokemon Pearl on launch in like 2006 as a wee child who was so into Pokemon. And I remember playing it being like, brother, I'm the target demographic for this game. And I think this shit is mid. For real, on God, no cap. That's how I was speaking back then. I was actually really ahead of my time, culturally. But like, it's wild, man. It is crazy that they had to remake the game to improve it significantly. Because I will say, Emerald is an improvement over Ruby and Sapphire, but not that much. Right? If you played Ruby and Sapphire, or if you played Emerald, they're both good experiences. They're very similar. Most of the gameplay is exactly the same. Which you could argue is probably like a detriment. But like the fact that they needed to fix Gen 4 with Platinum just feels crazy to me. Obviously, with the existence of Emerald, there's pretty much no reason to ever play Ruby and Sapphire again. Because Emerald is the same but better. But like you would still enjoy them. I don't know. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Unfortunately, the Nintendo Switch is a console that does not exist for me, even though I own one and have games for it. You can't catch me. You can't catch me playing a Pokemon game like that. You know what I mean? The last Pokemon game I bought? What was the last Pokemon game I bought? I think it was Pokemon Black and White, bro. No, it was no, I bought Sun and Moon. Technically, Ultra Moon was the one I bought. I bought Ultra Moon. I played X and Y and thought those games were pretty mid. And then I played Ultra Moon. I missed out on the OG Sun and Moon. I thought Ultra Moon was fucking so mid. Mostly due to the overall structure of the story. And the fact that the game interrupts you every 10 minutes with like a 2 to 5 minute long unskippable cutscene where the characters are literally just like doing nothing, bro. They're talking about nothing. The cutscenes are crazy. Anyways. Seinfeld episodes. Unironically, okay, we all know Jerry Seinfeld is kind of a fucking weirdo hack guy who dates women half of his age. But you gotta admit, Seinfeld's so fucking good, man. The sitcom, unfortunately, it shares literally his name. Oh my God, finally. This is not a me joke. This is literally a Northern Line joke that I'm stealing. But like, we don't need to pretend that Jerry Seinfeld wasn't funny back then. He was funny. He was funny. We don't have to delete the funny that he used to have. He's obviously washed and has fallen off since. Right? Like, he simply just didn't keep up with the craft in the way that he needed to stay relevant. And he's upset that his new movie flopped, which was just a giant advertisement. We need to stop making movies that are just giant advertisements. If you want to create art that people care about, it can't just be a giant ad, Jerry. Honestly, I think we were back to the first castle, right? Obviously, he's a piece of shit human being, and we don't need to respect him for his, you know. I'm a big fan of separate the art from the artist because ultimately all human beings are very, very, very flawed. Right? And obviously it's a case-by-case basis. Certain art is heavily influenced by the person so much so that you cannot remove the art from the artist. In those cases, obviously, fuck them. But you can still think critically about pieces of art outside of the context of the human being that made it, right? You can have a layered critique of a piece of media that includes understanding the person who made it. Fuck rolling too. True. Exactly. I also don't think that you need to jump on a sword to defend mid content or mid just art in general. What does my shirt say? It says, "Yeah, I am gay," and the gay stands for good at Yu-Gi-Oh. Here, I'll show you. And it's Shinji from Evangelion. It's a meme turned into a shirt. It even has like the crispy, deep-fried meme edges. It's a good shirt. Honestly, big fan of it. These checks are all over the place. Let's get started. I'm pretty sure this will lead to the final Vlad. I'm pretty confident. How many calories are a crispy deep fried meme edge? It's got to be a lot, dude. They fry the shit out of this stuff, man. It can't be GMO free or gluten free. There's just no way. There's literally no way. This wasn't from the chat picks the t-shirt meme stream that we did. I got this on my own. I was looking up t-shirts on like whatever, you know, probably fucked up resellers of clothing online. And I was looking at like novelty Yu-Gi-Oh shirts for my brother for Christmas 2023. And I saw this as an option and I'm like, well, I'm not going to give my brother the t-shirt that says, "Yeah, I'm gay." Because I don't think he would necessarily 100% be happy with me, the idea of me gifting him this shirt. However, I'm like, I'm going to wear this. This is fucking hilarious. But still. Last thing I'll say about Seinfeld. Fucked up clothing from retailersonline.com has the best stuff. That can't be real. The fact that you so confidently posted that link in this chat room, it's legit. I was going to say, you had to have been, because first of all, you know better, Captain Stinky Von Poopberg, than to, like, you know, troll really hard with, like, a fucked up link. I don't recommend clicking it. Never click a random link online. Domain is not connected. I've been trolled! Oh god! Help! I got epic trolled! No! I can't believe it! It's over! From my own community? How can it be? I trusted you. Anyways. My life is ruined. By the way, the girls have eaten 237 nuggets and are full now. Quitters. It's only been an hour or so, and they're already quitting? Shaking my SMH. Let them know that I personally am disappointed. But what about the soda? True! We need to know about the soda! Soda! that got drank with like 7 beers? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That sounds like a good night to me, all right? What was I saying about Seinfeld? Oh, just the style of humor is all I wanted to say. Is that style of humor is, in my opinion, very one up my alley. I'm getting fucked here by getting nothing. Wow. I got fucking baited. I like the style of humor of essentially creating problems out of the banality of normal life. The mundane aspects of our lives that we take for granted, getting the forefront of the conversation. I personally find that shit incredibly elucidating. That's all Larry David. Shout outs to the GOAT. I didn't watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, though, but that's because I don't watch TV anymore. But I've heard nothing but great things about it. If my ass had cable, I probably would be watching it for sure. Unfortunately, I have to get the watered down, 3 layers removed sense of comedy as it gets filtered through all of the streamers that do consume that content and then make jokes about it. So I have to get my second, third, fourth hand experience as a person who is chronically online. Just watch it on Sketchy Site. I could. It's just that, like, I don't know. If I have an hour of free time, which is usually anywhere from like an hour to 2 hours of free time, when I'm done like streaming, video editing, working, or whatever, am I gonna spend that watching a TV show, or am I gonna catch up on like the content creators that I genuinely like care about? Which is also like doubling as somewhat research for my job. Which also ultimately means I'm just never not working. That is the fucked up part, by the way, that people don't talk about when it comes to content creation. Obviously, you can sit here and say, boo-hoo, playing video games is a job. Boo-hoo, watching YouTube videos as a job. And yes, I agree. It is very, it comes from a place of privilege to complain about this. But like, wait, what's this joke? What's the deal with Seinfeld when he dated 17-year-olds? He was funny. Now that he doesn't date 17-year-olds, he isn't funny anymore? Wait, what? Huh? Sue Lee, you're cooking something. I'm going to let you get back in the kitchen, but you're cooking up something. I don't think it's ready yet. It needs a little bit more time in the oven. It's close. It's close. I see where you're going with that. Cooking up a little bit of... Hey, people need meth too. These freaking Gordon Ramsay types turning their nose up at people who cook meth for a living. Oh, just because I'm not a Michelin star chef. And I sit here grinding away, chefing it up, silly style. The meth, that is. This meth is fucking raw! It's called crystal meth. There's no fucking crystals!
Tribute.
Oh my god, I'm getting the fucking runaround, bro.
And make them your slaves.
Just got hit with the ads. Thank you for tanking all of the ads, soldier. Do you guys know about the short story Omelis? It's a utopian, well, technically a dystopian society, where the idea is, long story short, the conceit of the story is that they live in a perfect society because there is one tortured child that lives in the basement that no one is allowed to love or care for. And if that child ever was loved or cared for in any shape or form, their utopian perfect society would collapse. It's obviously a, you know, criticism of utilizing the global south for the good of, you know, prosperity in the global north or whatever. But my joke is that we take one chatter, and that chatter is chained in the basement, forced to watch all of the ads for everyone else. So they're sitting there watching a nonstop stream of Twitch ads while everybody else gets ad-free.
Tribute. You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
I volunteer as tribute. Thank you, Captain Stinky. Von Poopberg for the gifted sub. You're freed, Sol. You're free. Seinfeld out here stealing all of Leonardo DiCaprio's potential girlfriends. Come on. Dude, how fucked up is it, by the way, that if you're famous, you can kind of just be... Like, everyone knows you're being creepy. This is the reason why, not to make this about Kendrick and Drake, Drake is so fucked for saying, I'm too famous to be a pedophile. Because it's like, brother, what do you mean? Being famous makes it like it's a non sequitur, brother. Like, who in his PR team said, like, yeah, this bar goes hard, man? No, tell him you're too famous. Fuck! There's nothing here. We're getting absolutely fucked around and finding out in this seed. It's crazy. Wild. Speaking of comedy, as somebody who is attempting to really work on his comedic chops, it's something that I've always appreciated, is the ability to make people laugh and like the mechanisms behind it. I obviously grew up on a lot of, like, in my opinion, somewhat, I don't want to say it's peak because it's obviously, you know, like just my era of growing up, the types of comedians that existed and that were platformed were quite prolific. And that style of humor has obviously aged terribly, but the concepts behind the very basics of that humor still hold up. I mean, growing up, it was like Dane Cook, Daniel Tosh were really big. Dimitri Martin was my personal favorite comedian for a very long period of time. I got to see him live once, and that was a fantastic experience. Chappelle was big, yeah. Chappelle's old stand-up was big for sure. Dude, Dimitri Martin's crazy. But nowadays it feels like, who do I go to for comedy that isn't just, you can't say this anymore, am I right, fellas? The woke won't let you. I'm gonna scream. We have, brother, I'm playing 7 of a kind here as a fucking Balatro hand, breaking the goddamn game with the fucking cards I have in my hand. Give me the relic! You go on Twitch. Key and Peele, they're not really like doing stuff now anymore though. Like Key and Peele is like 10 years old now. I was a big fan of the Key and Peele show though when it came out. Yeah, it's like Barrel Circlet, Twilight Cloak, and then the mist checks on the left side of the castle are all that's left. Balatro brain? Dude, I love Balatro. I really do. We do not sub 2 hour the shit, no. It's not possible. Yeah, the seed was about as bad as it gets. I mean, we had no movement for like the first hour. And then like the movement we got wasn't even that great. So. Rate the purple, yellow drip 1 through 10. I think it's pretty good. I'll give it a 7.5. Especially in the bat form. I think the bat form helps a lot. I mean, yellow and purple, they're complements, right? Send me a world where DB streams Balatro. Okay, I'm not making promises, but in my free time, when I play Balatro, if I am not so exhausted by that point in time, I want to do Patreon streams. Because I know that obviously a main stream would not work well with Balatro, but I'll go this way. I don't know. Maybe we could do it at the end of streams if I just have a little bit of free time. Maybe. Who's to say? I love the game, and I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I don't know. Oh, I should have grabbed that when I had the chance to. I don't know why I didn't. Jolie symbol, everybody. But part of me feels like there's so many games I want to play now that don't like work on stream or as YouTube videos or whatever. So maybe I can, maybe I can get away with doing it as like bonus content for tier 3 subs and Patreon members. This will barely not be 2 hours, right? Or it might just be barely under 2 hours, unironically. That's crazy. If this is somehow still under 2 hours, that's wild. I don't think it's going to happen, especially when I have such low MP and all these enemies are getting in my way. I mean, it takes 30 seconds to open the door. It's probably going to take me at least 30, maybe 45 seconds to get to the door. And then, I mean, we should kill the bosses very fast. This might just barely be under 2 hours. My estimate got bumped up to 3 hours, by the way. I forgot to talk about that. So I told them it'll be like a 2 hour estimate, and they bumped it up to 3 hours, which means if I finish the seed in under 2 hours, I'll have an extra hour during my marathon run. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, we're definitely under 2 hours. So what am I going to do with that extra hour? I told them, like, 3 hours is more than enough time. They said we can do an extra, like, bonus any % run. Honestly, if there's enough time, maybe I do a bonus, like, all bosses run instead. And a glitch showcase, could be. I could set up save states for a glitch showcase. Maybe I should do that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I mean, there's tons of classics that I guess it's hard for me to really feel like excited about a glitch showcase. Because for me, the glitches, I've known about them for like years and years and years. Die! That's a good sound right there, man. That's a good voice line. But I'm sure to a new audience, they're like, Badu card? Whoa, that's crazy. All right, you guys want to not be able to see anything? You thought the bitrate was bad before. Oh wait, we started our timer late. So this is over 2 hours anyways. Yeah. We started our timer like a minute late. I forgot. So this was like barely over 2 hours. It was like 30 seconds over 2 hours or something like that.
How is it that I've been
GG's though. We still somehow clutched it out. If you somehow watch this entire video on Dragon Blitz Daily, you're crazy for that, by the way. You're wild. You're amazing. I appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe, join the live streams, leave a like, leave a comment, all that fun stuff. I imagine if somebody watched all the way to the end, they're probably pretty chill with what's been going on here, and I appreciate you. Yeah, this was great. Fun times. I'll hopefully see you in the next video.
What were these